Well, I said I'd expand this off camera, but with the bots it might not be that hard a thing to do, to be honest. So, I'm trying to look at the necessary pipes that I have here. And if I copy all of this, I'm just doing a copy. And what I'm thinking, I can, if I get rid of some of those pipes, I can then whack this down there. That robot port will even line up. So if I start disconnecting some of it, so I need to get rid of some of this. So deconstruction planner. All of this. Do I want to move those pipes? That one might be in the way. We'll have to check on it afterwards. Right, so looking at this, are the correct things going to line up? They should do. Okay, a lot of this building is going to come in from the base. This power pole was in the way. Is that everything? Nope, there's another power pole in the way. This one here, and I'm not sure about these. Well, Control V, line up on that roboport because it just happened to line up. Okay, that looks complete now. We are going to have to do some repiping, but this will have effectively doubled everything. Well, except for lubricant, but we've got plenty of that. So we are going to wait for the robots to finish doing most of their job so I can start actually tracing liquids. Right. I need that there. So light oils at the bottom, petroleum's in the center, heavy oils across the top. So I want to make sure those symbols are present all the way along. That looks good. Here we turn a corner. Right, we have lost our water. Because our water was coming up from down here. Right. So let's sneak our water back up. Back up to there. Right. Is this an uncontrolled pump? It is. So that's just sort of helping with the water pumping that way. I'm actually going to move that. Let's put a water pump there. That won't connect. So water that way. And that way. Now what's going on here? This is a break in the oil line. There we go. Right, so now they've all got oil and water, and have actually turned on. Right, water out to the end, oil out to the end. So you don't do anything. You had water, which we do want for these things down there. So let's reconnect that. Right. The red wiring. Yeah. If there's control pumps here, because I'm assuming this thing is programmed. Yes. Then I don't need the control pumps here. You're a water pump. You're a controlled pump, but I don't want you anymore. So I'm going to get rid of that with normal pipe. This is a controlled pump, but again, you're not needed anymore. Normal pipe. What about you? You are just a pump on water, which is what you are. So I'm going to leave those because we don't need to control the water pumps. So everything's going to feed in from this end, so I need to start here. There's a gap in the red wire. We need to connect these networks. So we have readings on the petroleum, heavy and light oil, which has turned these on because we, light oil greater than 10,000. Yep, it's at 12,000. We've got 18,000 of this stuff. So both of those have turned on and are running. So they're getting the water and everything else they need. It's a bit of a tangled mess, but it's just, the easiest way to do it. Looks like this radar actually got in the way. So let's always... No, I don't want to do that because it's going to undo some of the changes I've done. So it said let's copy... what's the repeating pattern on this? I think if I just do that and that. There we go. Alright, so that's those all lined up. And we can connect to this next set of machines. So you want light oil. You already have water and are pumping. You're going to want heavy oil out of these ones. Which is now flowing. The light oil is coming out of these three into that crosshatch and down. I just need to check what's happening with the light oil at this end. Again, it's going along there and down. I think I probably don't have to, but I'm going to cross-connect the light oils, like so. Just so plenty of light oil flows to these lower ones as and when necessary. Alright, and then the question is, what happens to the petroleum these guys are outputting? Right, you appear to just be flowing out there and up. My water pipe's in the way. Oh no, it isn't. Because this thing's output of petroleum is there. That isn't necessary. But we do want to do that. So we've got right, so what ways can we get petroleum out? I'm thinking what might be good is actually if we pump like that. So that's making sure the petroleum is clearing out of those, because we're making petroleum to use it. And I'm going to do the same on this side as well. I won't do it there, I'll do it here. Put down a pump, again just to get the petroleum out of there. Into our tanks. So that's oil heading in. Alright, so petroleum on this side of this pump, this is petroleum we're using, because we need to sort of make sure we don't pump away from places we actually want to use it. You still know that you've only got 50. Put a pump here as well. I'm actually going to pump there. Again, to make it clear that everything on to the left of where my mouse cursor is, that's petroleum we are using for manufacture. And everything on the right of it is where it's being produced. But we still aren't making enough. Ah, water. We do not have enough water to feed all this. That. Alternatively, we just haven't piped the water properly. Are you full of water here at the end? Yes, you are. I can always put down another offshore pump if I feel I need to boost stuff. But those are all okay for water. These look like they're happy. Now, we keep cutting off that. Is it because we're at the 10,000? Okay. This thing's getting light oil from somewhere that it's not supposed to. Ah. It's the cross-connecting I did in the center. That's why you don't want... Yeah, I need to get rid of this. Because we're only supposed to be burning out the light oil when we have enough of it. So let's pump out. There we go. So the light oil now is building up to the 10,000 range it's supposed to be. I can see that our petroleum is going up. It's reaching 5,000 and then stopping. I suspect because that is the limit I've put on it for the solid fuel production. If I look at this pump, yeah. Right, so we actually have solid fuel being made now at a reasonable rate, which is good, because we're using that for our trains and as a power backup. But we also have petroleum building up, so we won't have any trouble if we want to increase our plastic production. Excellent. Right, what was the other thing I needed to do? Copper smelting. I want more copper smelting. Right, that's the remains of the copper patch cleaned out. There's so little left. Expected resource is 831. I actually now kind of feel like I should bother with it, because it's like this tiny little patch, but doesn't matter. Right, so we want another copper smelting array there. So let us get rid of this coal belt that's going to be in the way. And this is an upgraded array already, isn't it? Yeah. So it's only yellow arms, but it's the steel furnaces and red belts. So I want to copy. Pop that down. Is it in the construction network? It is. I can actually cancel that. Right, so we're going to want to redirect these a little bit. You are going to go into that one. You are going to go up there. And then there's going to be one going here. That's all we need to do there. These things should gain fuel and everything. Once the power cables go in. This thing's still using the old-fashioned cables, which is just annoying. How to do this? Let's get our deconstruction planner. Program it for small power poles only. And we will get rid of them all, because they're annoying. Is that everything? That's everything. And we will put a large power pole at the end, just to connect them in. Okay, we seem to have a random medium in there. Oh, come on, the click drag thing doesn't work if you get caught on stuff. Okay. Tree, go away. These trees are being very, 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 very annoying. Right. Can I actually have a clear run? No, I can't, apparently. Okay. Okay. Deconstruction planner. Trees and rocks only. Death to all trees. They're all dead anyway from the pollution. There we go. Lots of dead trees going off to be burned. Right. Now if I click and run down, they should drop the power poles in the correct places. Right, and obviously that's only the first column. So now if I copy the first array, hold down shift, you see it goes blue. I can pick this up, and here, if I right hand click everything other than the power poles, I now have a little power pole blueprint, which I should be able to place down. There we go. Apart from a tiny little bit of belt that's missing here. And again. That's weird. There's probably a tree in the way and I forgot to hold down shift. Right. Are all three of these arrays nice and happy and green? Yes, they are. Right, so I need to add a third line and it's going to go underneath. Right. So a third line underneath. So copy that and pop you down there. So this belt's going to go redirect onto that one. This belt's going to redirect onto that one. And then there's going to be a belt coming along here. Okay, I thought that tree was in the way. Oh, that's far too far. Right, so we'll run you up here and we'll do the lane balancer. Oh, actually one too low. There. Right. Yes, that's just the lane balancer. Difficult to tell because of all the trees. I thought that was a mistake. We need a little more of this. Under there, up there, lose you. Right, third lane of copper. The first thing we're going to do is upgrade it all to red. So let me check the upgrade planner. It's just yellow to red. It's not doing anything else I don't want. Go to map mode. And it's this lane here. So you can just go over everything. What I like is when you used to do this in earlier versions of the game, the belt would actually become stationary and stop working while it was waiting for upgrade. That was very annoying. And I'll go all the way to the end. Right, and then what I want to do is copy these I can't... I want to copy these lane shove-overs, but you can't put them over existing belts, which is really weird. I mean, I know in general you don't want blueprints going over existing stuff, but in the same way that, you know, like I couldn't take this machine and plonk it over because it says there's a transport belt in the way, but I can plonk a splitter down. So why won't it let me, you know, why won't it let me do that? There we go. So that's going to shove the contents from our extra belt over, and that way this left-hand belt should have more copper going forwards. And again, so I want to run up and do that everywhere, don't I? Why is that inconsistent? I suppose it's just because it's being drawn upon inconsistently. We still don't quite have... These are not full belts. Why are we getting gaps? No, we're getting full belts there, but on some of these, there are gaps. We appear to be filling the ore in fast enough. It's possible my columns aren't quite long enough. I could extend them slightly. Anyway, I'm going to finish sorting out my third copper line.